and welcome back to another seasonal card. Today I'm going to be using the Lawn Fawn Christmas collection, which is made up of non-traditional dark teals and cranberry reds. It's kind of a fresh take on the Christmas. I'm also using some craft pattern paper from American Crafts Ready Set Go collection, and I've pre-cut them into little rectangles that I then fold into the card bases. Now these would be great cards for gifts, especially if the gifts were wrapped in craft paper. So this would be a fun thing to mass produce on a Saturday afternoon. This is a card that your kids could easily help with, and it's just quick and easy. So these are mass produced cards. And the collection that I'm using is called Fa La La, and you can see it has Christmas trees and snowflakes in it, and love the hint of teal. And then I'm going to be punching out some squares. This is 1 7/8, and I've pre-punched 2 of them, and I'm going to punch 1 more from this Christmas tree pattern paper. Now when I am punching, I put the pattern paper down on the table, and then I put the punch upside down so that I can maneuver the punch to get what I want in the actual shape of the punch. So turn it upside down and then punch. And you can see that I've ended up with the exact pattern that I want. So think about turning your punches upside down. So then I'm going to use this office punch. This one is from Stampin' Up. There's a lot of companies that make these, and I have multiple types. American Crafts has one. Fiskars has one. So a lot of options. And we're going to just punch a few, and then we're going to cut it out so only 3 of the little tabs are visible. And then we're going to adhere them at the top of these squares. You can offset them, you can center them, and then again crinkle them up a little bit. Do that with all 3 of the punches that you've punched. When you're creating mass cards, you want to think about assembly line production. You want to have everything in one spot so that you can fold all the cards, punch all the borders, punch all the pattern paper. That will make the work much, much more quick and easy. You can also do this when you're doing more detailed cards. So do all of the steps, do each step all at once. Okay, around these squares, I'm going to wrap some red baker's twine, and it's a deep red baker's twine. And I'm going to wrap it around the center of the card 3 times and just knot it for each card. When I'm deciding whether to knot or to tie the twine in a bow, I think about the design of the card. If it's a little more modern, I might just go with the knot. If it's a little more feminine, I might go with the bow, or sometimes it just depends on my mood. You could also move the knot onto the back so you don't even see the knot. And I think that's what we'll do for this card. And then I use my fingers to kind of maneuver them so that they're not all perfectly straight. Perfect is boring. I want to keep things interesting. So let's do that again for the other 2 cards. And the twine will easily slide onto the back, so you can tie it on the front if that's easiest, and then just manipulate the string so the knot ends up on the back. And 1 more. You can see how easy and quick this goes when you work kind of in an assembly line. You could also change up the twine for a different color on each card if you want. You could use teal, you could use an emerald green, you could even use just regular crochet twine. Okay, so we have the punched squares, and we're going to center those in the middle of the card. I'm going to use glue dots so that it will stick over the top of the twine. Make sure the square is centered. Think about matching your wrapping paper when creating gift tags or gift cards. You can create this from wrapping paper if you want, or if you want something that's a little more sturdy, find a matching pattern paper or coordinating pattern paper. Now this Christmas tree pattern paper has upside down trees and upside right trees, so you get to choose which kind of tree you want, upside down or regular. So you can see that they two Christmas trees and a snowflake. Then I have some red buttons and some white buttons tied with natural crochet twine. So I'm mixing up my twines. And I'm just going to add red buttons to the Christmas tree pattern paper. Just in that bottom right corner. You can see how simple these are, but they're very darling. And then we're going to add a white button to the snowflake. And I'm using white on this one because of the white found in the tree pattern paper. So at this point, if you wanted to add letter stickers, you can. And I am using some letter stickers from the Merry and Bright Cartabella collection, these little squares down here. And you could put the person's name. You could put, we'll put Noel on this green one. And I'm going to put it right around the button. Center it right around the button. You can trim these up as well if you find that they're too thick. You can do a lot of different things. So that one says Noel. On this one we'll say James for my son. And you can put them anywhere on the card. You could also stamp these if you have little alphabet stamps. Or you can leave them blank and you can just address the person inside the card. So you don't have to put these stickers on the outside. This is an optional step. So you can see one where I've added his name, one where I've added a sentiment, and one where it's just plain. And you can see that by mass producing cards in this way, in an assembly line fashion, you can quickly and easily create cards. Be sure to visit my blog for the complete supply list and watch for tomorrow's card coming soon.